What's going on, guys? It's your boy Phil, and today what we're going to be talking to you about is the brand new A7R III that Sony just released a couple hours ago. Right now it's 6 a.m. Eastern time, and why am I still up? I have no idea. But without further ado, we're going to get right into it. Cue the intro. I'm just joking, I don't have an intro, but I will make one eventually. Alright, let's get right into it. So, what's different? What's new about the Sony A7R III? Well, 42.4 full-frame megapixels on a mirrorless camera. Wow, that's amazing. Well, kinda already have that on the A7R II, which, by the way, I'm filming on right now. We got 10 frames per second continuous shooting. So, pretty good for your sports photographers and wildlife photographers. But how much better? Well, it's about half the speed of the A9 $6,000 camera that came out earlier this year from Sony, but it's about 2 times faster than the current R2. So if you're looking for improvement there, it is better. But is it worth it? What else is new though? Battery life? Fine. Definitely a good improvement because the battery life on the R2 does suck, albeit you could just buy more batteries. It's the same one in the A9. The NPFZ100 lithium ion battery, dual SD card slots, wedding photographer guys, big plus for you. And then we got also 15 stops of dynamic range. 15 stops? Is that even possible? What? Well, compared to the 14 stops it already has on the R2, I don't know, is it gonna make a huge difference? Maybe slightly, but I mean, what are you shooting? Man, you're in the most epic places if you're getting 15 stops of dynamic range. For you video guys out there, and this is one of my personal biggest improvements that I think is my justification on why you should upgrade. The A7R III will have 120 frames per second in full HD. I know the S2 already has that, but the R2 does not. It shoots 120 in 720p. So, I mean, you know, when you're trying to put a sequence in 4K and you have this tiny footage that you want to still slow down, it doesn't really work out because it's a little bit too low res. So that is a big upgrade. And in addition, for video, what it also has is now you can shoot in S-Log3. But I've used S-Log2 for all my other videos, check them out, and turned out fine. It's already pretty flat and color grading was a cinch. So I mean, that's an upgrade nonetheless, but you know, picture profile 7 still gets the job done. Another new feature, which is enhanced eye autofocus. So for you portrait guys out there, yeah, I mean, you will get that eye a little bit faster, probably a little bit quicker, similar to the A9, I'd imagine. But at the same time, the A7R II's eye autofocus is pretty darn good, man. Like there's no complaints on that. And you know, even without it, I don't really rely on it, but you know, it definitely does help for you portrait guys out there. So, I mean, that could be a nice little quirk. And lastly, one of the biggest upgrades I think that they were adding onto this is something called pixel shift multi-shooting. What does that mean? Well, I don't know. I believe it's something like bracketing, and you know, you can make multiple shots and it'll eliminate something called color interpolation, so making up the color with the additional dynamic range. So, yeah. That in addition to a new processor, which is much faster, and a touchscreen, which is a big upgrade as well. Anyways, we're going to get right to the end. In conclusion, is it worth upgrading? Should I buy the Sony A7R III, especially if I have a Sony A7R II already? And my answer is, at this moment, no. You probably shouldn't. It's probably not worth the justification of the extra money. Right now, it's gonna retail, or well, it will retail in November for $3,200 US. So I live in Canada, so it'll probably be around upwards of 4,100 Canadian. And I don't know. I don't think that these upgrades are really worth it if you can get an A7R II. But like I said, this is some good news still. What that means is that now you can get an A7R II for even cheaper used. So if I were you, I would go take advantage of that. Head on Kijiji, get yourself an A7R II, start shooting. I mean, if you really want that slow-mo, go get yourself something else. You can even do that on the iPhone, you know what I'm saying? So that's my little take on the A7R III. I'm sure more details and more updates and more firmware will be coming out, but that's all for me today. If you like this, please subscribe, like, and give me a comment. Let me know what you guys think. This is my first video of this kind, right? It's your boy, and I'm out. Peace.